I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. So Lion George, drag queen, dog killer, sex grabber Santos is back in the news again. Now a couple of days later, because I've been out away for a little while. But yeah, it's been reported that Lion George, the drag queen, was interviewing a staffer to work in his congressional group, and then sat down on the couch. Well, they say sofa. Everybody say I say couch the wrong way. Well, I don't know how to say it was couch. So he sat down, and the man said that Lion George Santos reached for his junk. That's what he said now. That's what he said. If that offends you, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm not here to try to be impolite. I just want to tell you what he said. Now, you're going to hear a reporter going to give you a little bit more of an abbreviated version of it. So we got a videotape of it, and I think that the engineer is going to bring that up so you listen to what Lion George Santos has been up to recently.
Accusation tonight against George Santos. This one from a would-be male staffer who says the disgraced congressman sexually harassed him 10 days ago. Derek Myers has sent a letter to the House Ethics Committee saying Santos, quote, insisted I sit next to him on a small sofa in the office and placed his hand on my left leg near my knee. Myers goes on to say that Santos, quote, proceeded to take his hand and move it down my leg into my inner thigh and proceeded to touch my groin. Myers claims Santos also asked him to come over that night. That letter to the Ethics Committee also accuses the Santos campaign of wrongly having Myers claim to be a volunteer while his paperwork as a paid employee was being processed. Myers says that after the harassment incident, his job offer was rescinded. Santos has told a newspaper that he had concerns because Myers was charged last year with wiretap.
Well, who was the biggest fraud? This guy Myers, who said that Santos was grabbing for him, was charged with wiretapping. You know, this one will kill you. The strange thing about all these people in politics, right? The guy's charged with wiretapping, yet he gets a job in Congress. Yeah, and the rest of them running around there in the House of Representatives, every place else. By the way, you know, I guess y'all saw Joe Biden's speech to old man Joe, right? The other night. You know, a lot of people say it was a great speech. I'm not so sure I want to agree with that. I don't think anything that Biden can do is great. I just don't think so. I mean, you can promote it as great. But let's go back to Santos for just a moment. This man stays in a whole world of trouble. I mean, he calls us male staffer to sit down with him, sits down on the sofa with him, that's what they say. Then starts rubbing his up and down his leg, you know, and then going for the family jewels. I think I should use jewels, the family jewels, rather than junk, right? What do you think? So Santa, look at that guy. I wouldn't even sit down on the sofa with a guy like that. Look at that. And why is he wearing them old great big old thick glasses? You know what I think? You know, he's never been to college. I don't know if he ever graduated. I don't know if this boy graduated high school. He was down there in Brazil at 16 years old, fleecing old people out of money down there in Brazil where his mother was working as a sleep-in maid. I don't know if the boy ever graduated high school. He wears those great big thick glasses, right? I think he makes him look preppy. Puts on that sweater, you know, like he's a graduate of Harvard or something. Wants to look preppy. I don't know. You know, I mean, why didn't somebody figure this out? He was out there in Great Neck for campaigning for 4 years out there in Great Neck, and nobody figured it out. I guess probably people knew he was, you know, maybe he was LGBT queer or something like that. They probably figured that out, but who cares about that? Everybody think that, well, that's, you know, and they might make him but now that he is being charged with sexual harassment, I don't know if that charge is going to go anywhere because Santos is a pretty smart boy. He figured that, you know, the news will pick up on it, but what they going to do? Can they prove it? And so but there he is. This is the guy, all right? And I used to say, well, Pastor Manning, this is the guy. No, he isn't. I think he's just a little out of control in terms of all these other people that are politicians.